So I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mawatla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this is edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. So real quick, man, I'm going to get on this topic. I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures. The topic is going to be woe to the bloody city. So this is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. Now, what is the bloody city? The bloody city is America, aka Babylon, Rome, Egypt, all over again. And why is it the bloody city? Because this place was built off the bloodshed and the rape, robbery, and murder of you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. You know, even when you was going to your little high school to gain somewhat of what you would call knowledge, they even taught you that, man, that you was conquered as a people. You know, also you so-called black Hispanics, you so-called black and Hispanics, man. You Hispanics was over here with the Native Americans at the time when they was being slaughtered by the so-called white man. And you so-called blacks, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, you was brought over here in slave ships to serve the so-called white man. You know, so this is the bloody city, you know, because at the end of the day, your bones and your blood is in the ground of this foundation of America Foundation. You know, the concrete, you know, the green and brown grass, you know, the light poles, the trees. Your blood is under all these things. You know, so you think the Most High is going to not take vengeance upon his enemies for putting their hands on his people, you know, tormenting them, you know, destroying you? The scripture says, woe to the bloody city. Woe means destruction. So woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. This place is full of lies and robbery. Everything here was stolen, man. Everything the so-called white man has to say to you is a lie, man. You know, because it is not in him to speak truth. The so-called white man speak nothing but lies. You know, he'll tell you that they went to the moon, but when you watch the videos, the video clips of the so-called moon landing, there's no stars in the background. Where's the stars? Even now, as I look up in the sky, I can see the stars in the heavens, man. In the heaven, man. You know, I can see the stars. So where was the stars in the videos when they supposedly landed on the moon? And if there was no wind on the moon, then how was there wind when they placed the flag in the ground, man? And the rock? These devils a lie. Or what about when they speak about the world was created by the Big Bang, man? Supposedly a rock hit a rock and it created Earth. Man, as I recall, when some destruction happened like that, the only thing it leaves you behind is nothing but death. So supposedly a rock hitting a rock created the Earth, man. But hold up, according to scientists, if any so-called planet or anything that can cause such massive destruction can cause a black hole to open up. So where was the black hole when these supposed rocks smashed each other? Wasn't there supposed to be some kind of black hole created in a process of eliminating these two rocks? You know, these devils are a bunch of liars. Because they don't want to believe that there's a high power, they put their own belief or their own so-called scientific knowledge into what they believe created the earth, the people, the creatures, the animals. You know, they put their own belief in that. That's why the scripture says for that is so-called science, man. That's not true science. So again, Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. Who is the prey? You so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. You want to stay here. You want to play out the world of wickedness, man. Being in America, following the ways of the so-called white man. This is what you want, man. You are the prey and you don't want to depart. That's why the Most High is going to lay waste to 2/3 of you, man. And the majority of you women make up that pie chart because the majority of you women, you love it here, man. You all carnal. You're not spiritual, man. The majority of you, you know. So real quick, let me get this. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. And it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. Right, the eyes of the Lord been the angels, man. The angels are writing out everything and taking it up to the Heavenly Father. And it says upon the sinful kingdom. When you go back into the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 5, it tell you, for her sins have reached unto heaven, man. Matter of fact, let's get that anyway. This is Revelations 18 and 5, and it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Who? America, man. Babylon, aka Babylon, Rome, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, all of these ancient kingdoms that got destroyed are all fitted into one, which is America now. You know, because America commits the same whoredoms that these ancient kingdoms have committed. Homosexuality, that power structure, that rulership, you know. Now they got the transgenders, you know, all of the wickedness that was in those ancient kingdoms, man. And guess what? Look at the Roman Empire. What symbol did they use to represent their empire? The eagle. Does not America represents the same thing? Or what about Egypt that represented captivity or slavery? Does not the petrodollar or the $1 bill have the Egyptian pyramid on it, which represented bondage? Going back into the book of Exodus 20 and 2. You know, what about that, man? So this is how you know that this place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Going back into Revelations 11 and 8. So it says, Revelations 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Right, the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you. And how have she rewarded us? With rape, robbery, and murder. You know, this place have slaughtered, which when I'm talking about mainly is a so-called white man. And this place, the so-called white men have slaughtered you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Took control of this land, buried you under this land, and he's still doing it at this very moment. It's putting you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans to death. And it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her. It says, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. So that which is done unto you is going, that which you have done unto us is going to be done unto you, man. Except we're going to do it in a righteous way, you know. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. And this is talking about you you Edomites, man. You know, you so-called white people. Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let her hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience in the face of the saints. The faith of the saints. So that which you have done unto us is going to be done unto you. You know, even Job said in the book of even Job said in Job 4 and 1, he said, for ye shall be rewarded. Matter of fact, let me get it. So I don't cut it up. This is Job 4 and 7. And it says, remember, I pray thee, whoever, Salakia. It's not 4 and 7. I believe it's 7 and 4. I was backwards. Job chapter 7, verse 4. And it says, that's not it either. Salakia, man. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it was Job I forget where it was. Oh, Salakia, was Job 4 and 8. My bad. Job 4 and 8. And it says, even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same, man. So that which you have done, Esau, Edom, is going to be done unto you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go into captivity and America is going to be destroyed. You know, going back into Nahum, the third chapter, man. What did it say? Woe to the bloody city. America is that bloody city. So real quick, let's go into this. This is a book of Revelations 17. And we can start at 5. It says, and upon her forehead was a name written, mystery. It's a mystery to you people. Because when we tell you people that America is Babylon, what you do, America is not in the Bible. Well, of course, America wasn't an ancient kingdom. Babylon, Rome, the Persians, you know, what else? The Greek Empire. These was ancient empires, man. America wasn't an ancient empire. That's why this is spiritually Rome, Babylon, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. But you people aren't spiritual, man. You people don't have the spirit. The scriptures tell you in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14, for the natural men and you women receiveth not the spirit of the Most High, man. And it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. It tells you in the book of, I believe that's Amos 3 and 6, it says, for the mysteries and secrets was given unto the servants, the prophets. So everybody's not going to understand this, man. Even when you go to the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 10, the prophets asked Yahweh, who you inwardly call Jesus. He said, why do you speak unto the people in parables? He said, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries and the kingdom of the Most High, but it is not given unto them, to roughly paraphrase it. So the Most High, the Lord, Yahweh, who you inwardly call Jesus, you know what I'm saying? The truth wasn't given unto all of Israel. The truth was only given unto the elect. Only the elect was going to understand these mysteries and these secrets in this Bible, man. You have these Christians and these Mormons, and they don't understand anything, man. They get confounded every time they come against the brothers with this knowledge, man. They don't have the truth. They consistently wanting the other nations to be saved, and mainly, I'm talking about the Israelites that are in that Christianity shit, and that's in the Mormon belief and all the other different religions, or however you want to call them. I'm talking about them, because they consistently want to join hand in hand with the wicked, man. And the scriptures tell you in Proverbs 11:21, those that join hand in hand with the wicked shall be thrust through with the sword. That's also in Isaiah the 13th chapter, man. So the Most High ain't playing games. He's about to bring destruction to America, to 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and he's about to put you nations into slavery. That's where you belong. Look how messed up the world is, man. There's nothing but war and death all over the place. Homosexuality, eating defiled foods. That's all you people think about, man. All you people think about is wickedness, man. So you think the Most High is not going to bring judgment down? He is a man of righteousness, man. He is a man of war. So you think he's not going to bring war to your doorsteps, man? Again, man, we just quoted the scripture, woe unto the bloody city. Woe means destruction, man. So the Most High is going to bring death and destruction to America, man. If you go to the book of Revelations, the 7th chapter, the Lord said, hold back the four winds until the elect be sent. What is the four winds? The four winds is going back to Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. Matter of fact, let's just get both of them, man. This is Revelation 7, and we could start at 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth. It says that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, man. It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of Israel. So real quick, let's get the wind, man. The wind goes back into the book of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. So this is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. So this is beautiful. That wind that the Lord is talking about is those thermonuclear missiles, those ICBMs, those intercontinental ballistic missiles. The Most High is using these. He's as of now he's in. Well, as of now he's in the minds of the kings, man. Going back into the book of Proverbs 21:1, the Most High is controlling the minds of the kings of the earth to do what, man? To come up with more of these thermonuclear missiles to destroy, man. Because ultimately, the Most High wants to destroy what? America. Again, aka Babylon, Rome, Sodom, Gomorrah, all over again. The Most High wants to destroy this place with fire, man. And that's the second death, man. And it says, and Salakia, and it says in the second verse, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Who is the they? The they is the other nations, man. Matter of fact, let's go here. This is the book of what is that? Joel, the 3rd chapter, the 9th verse. So let's get that real quick. This is Joel 3:9. And it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Who was weak? These other nations. These other nations were weak, man. And now they are strong. You know what? Real quick, man. I was watching a Instagram video, and I actually seen this Jake, this old ass Jake. He was working out, talking about, he quoted Joel the 3rd chapter. He said, let the weak say, let the weak say that I am strong. You know, and he said that to himself. You know, he was proclaiming himself. You know, man, you can't use scriptures to justify your vainglory, man. Hey, you know what, man? That's why I'm so sick of 2/3 of you niggas, man. I can't wait until the Lord destroy you fucking niggas. I'm sick of you niggas, man. You niggas try to use the scriptures to proclaim your vain thoughts, man. The Most High is gonna put death on a lot of you fucking niggas, man. And I'm glad he killing you niggas with these cops, man. With these Edomite cops. You deserve death, man. You niggas really do deserve death, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad the Most High is using these cops to shoot you niggas in the back as you running away unarmed. You deserve it, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, these Edomites are going to go into captivity. Their time is at hand. The Most High said, for he will make their excellency short, man. But you niggas need to be put to death, man. Because you some vain ass niggas, man. 2/3 of you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you some vain motherfuckers, man. And excuse me for my language, but 2/3 of my people getting a fuck on my nerves, man. All right, let's keep going on with this, man. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. They're to come, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, man. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, man. Because it's gonna be all out war out there, man. It's gonna be all out war with these heathens, man, with the so-called white man, the Chinese, the Japanese, the so-called Africans. You know what I'm saying? Which is the Hamites. The biblical names are the Hamites. You know what I'm saying? The Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites. The Most High is preparing them to go to war, man. You know, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, because these nations have half their populations need to be wiped out, man. So the elect could come up in there and swoop you motherfuckers up and put you in captivity, man. You know, so let's get this back, man. What was we in the book of Joel? I'm trying to think what I wanted to get. I wanted to go into that Obadiah. Matter of fact, yeah, let's get Obadiah, the 1st chapter. This is Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom, which is the so-called white man. When you go into the Hebrew word Edom, it is Edom, which means red. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Right? America is greatly despised by the heathen. Look at all of this conflict that's happening between the U.S., China, Iran, Russia, Turkey. Man, there's so much going on, man. You can see that World War III is coming a lot closer, you know, and it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks, right? You dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks. You know, it tells you that in Genesis 36:8, it says, for Esau is Edom that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks. Even Job tells you that in Job, the 30th chapter, man. And it says, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, so that go that eagle, going back to the Roman Empire, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So the Lord is preparing death and destruction for Esau, Edom, and you other nations, man. Matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37. Salakia. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 38. It says, but the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off, man. So the end of the wicked shall be cut off, and the righteous shall be saved. You know, so the Most High is going to put the righteous in their right position, which is the 144,000, or 1/3 of Israel. And you other nations, you're going to go into captivity under the righteous men, you know, regardless if you like it or not. You need to put in captivity. Look how fucked up you got the world, man. You got the world all bent out of shape and upside down. You got the women being disobedient to their husbands. The women have had sex with multiple men, you know. You men out here is committing adultery with other men's wives. You got homosexuals round about, transgenders. Man, kids don't know what gender they want to be. Confused because their parents are confusing them. Man, come on, man. This place needs to be destroyed, man. This place needs to go, man. Matter of fact, let me get this. Psalms 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power. You know, going back into Job 9:24, for the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And it says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like the green bay tree. And how is he spreading himself like the green bay tree? By having his armies in all these different lands, man. And it says, yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. And that's coming real soon. It's when the power of the so-called white man shall be taken down, man, by the Lord. Then we just come out of the book of Obadiah, where the Lord said, thence shall I bring you down. It says, yet he had passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw him, but he could not be found. Hey, so judgment is coming to you wicked, you wicked devils, man, and you other nations. The Most High is about to place judgment upon America. America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man. And this is what's being prepared. That's why you got these armies constantly having battle tactics, battle practicing, and all these other things, man, on the oceans, on the shores, you know, practicing their shooting their nuclear missiles to test their power. You know, that's why you got all these things happening, man, because this place is at a verge of World War III, man. Yeah, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it from that, man. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it from there and say Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahushua, Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, the bonus, the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Muafla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Shalom.